I welcome you once again to my channel, where we make literature simple and meaningful to every reader or every learner out there who offers literature. So on this channel still we analyze books. We analyze the literature set books on the syllabus in O and A level, and even including some books at the university level. So in this video specifically we are going to look at what to do in order to excel as a literature student. Now the first thing is the student or the learner must love reading. If you don't love reading, there is no way you are going to excel in literature. You must love reading so that you are able to read the books that are prescribed to you by your teacher according to the syllabus. So if you're not willing to read the set books, then now what are you going to answer? So the first thing, one, you must love reading in order for you to excel, because all the questions they are going to ask you are going to come from the book that you have read. So that is the first thing. One, the learner or student must love reading, because you have to read the books that have been prescribed to you by your teacher according to the current syllabus. Next, the students must not read the book once. Avoid reading the book once. You should reread the book several times, so that you still have clear knowledge of the plot and the movement of events, the characters in the book. So for you to have clear knowledge of the plot, you need to reread the book several times. Do not read the book once. Try to read it more than twice, so that you master the plot or the movement of events in that book. So that by the time they ask you anything, your memory is clear. You know how everything was moving on in the book, the storyline. So that is another thing. Another thing for you to excel in literature, one, you need to master question approach. You know, different aspects of literature are answered differently. The way we answer plot development is different from the way we answer themes, is different from the way we answer lessons, the way we answer character traits, the way we answer the devices, the dramatic techniques or poetic devices, or narrative techniques. So you need to master the question approach of how we answer all those things. Then for example, in O-level literature, section A, they usually either bring a passage, which is prose, or sometimes they bring an extract of a drama, or they can even bring for you a poem in section A, O-level literature. So some of you read the passage or the extract or the poem once, which is wrong. You need to reread it several times so that you understand what the poem or extract was trying to, or the message, how to pick the message properly and understand it. The next one is, if you want to excel in literature, you need to learn how to use topic sentences. You need to learn how to use topic sentences, because in literature, most of the aspects of literature we use topic sentences. When we are answering themes, we use topic sentences. When we are answering character traits, we use topic sentences. For most of for the techniques, we use topic sentences. So you need to master how to use topic sentences when answering. By doing so, you'll be able to even improve on your marks in literature. So master how to use topic sentences. Then when you're answering, now I'm talking about Literature Section A, Literature O-Level Section A. When you're given either that passage or extract or poem or dialogue or an extract of a drama, the questions they ask you under that passage or poem in Section A O-Level Literature, try to exhaust as many points as possible. If they ask you for the character traits of a certain character in the passage, don't write only one. Try to exhaust as many points as you have seen from from the passage or extract or poem. So do not write only 1 point and leave. There is a reason why the paper is 2.5 hours and you're answering only 2 questions. There is a reason why. They want you to exhaust all the possible points that you can get from that extract. Another thing is students should avoid skipping lines when answering literature. So when you're answering literature, make sure we do not skip lines anywhere when we are answering literature. So a top student or an A material student of literature should know this, that in literature we do not skip lines anywhere. We just use indented paragraphs. An unindented paragraph is where we leave space from the margin when writing the paragraph. Then I said no skipping lines. We do not skip lines anywhere in literature. Then I'm telling you some the major things that you should know as a student of literature, and if you want to improve your grades. Another thing is, for essay questions in literature, the student must first begin with stating the reference text they are going to use for illustration of the question they are going to attempt. I repeat, for essay questions, now for O-Level, the essay questions are usually in Section B, where they list all the books on the syllabus, the plays and novels. They put them together for Section B in O-Level Literature. Section B is the one for essay questions. So in Section B, where the essay questions are asked, they usually say, referring to a set book of your choice, explain the major issues raised by the writer. So when they do that, before you start answering anything in Section B, remember they have told you referring to any set book of your choice. Before you answer anything, first write up their reference text, Weep Not Child by Ngugi wa Thiong'o. Or you can, if you're using the Government Inspector, you say reference text, the Government Inspector by Nikolai Gogol. First state the text, the reference text you're going to use for attempting that question, so that as the examiner is marking, they know which book you're using for illustration. So never forget, before answering any essay question, first begin by stating the reference text you're going to use for illustration. So that is it. Don't forget that. Then all essay literature questions must have an introduction, body, a body of points in different indented paragraphs, as well as a logical conclusion. All essay questions must have an introduction. Now this is a must. Now I'm talking to people who want to get A's in literature and excel. Your essays, after you stating the reference text you're going to use for illustration, whether it's A Walk in the Night by Alex Laguma. Now this works for both O and A level literature. For all the essay questions in literature, whether O level or A level, begin by stating the reference text that you're going to use for illustration. Then we need to see an introduction for your essay. I need to make an introduction, and the introduction should focus on what the question is asking about. The introduction should focus on what the question is asking about. For example, if they have told you to explain the character traits of Minnie in the Heart Soothers, In the introduction, do not narrate to us the plot of the Heart Suthas. The question is asking about Mini. Mini, who is the female lead in that play, the Heart Suthas. So if the question is asking about explaining Mini's character traits, your introduction should briefly tell us who Mini is. Do not again narrate to us the entire plot of the play, the Heart Sutha. That is wrong. So an essay question should have an introduction, and your introduction must talk about what the question is asking it right about. That is what your introduction should focus on. Then next, I said your essay question should have an introduction, then body in different points, different paragraphs, then a conclusion. Next, the student should always read the instructions and understand them before attempting any question in the paper. Another thing is, I said you should always first reread the instructions and see what they are telling you, to avoid making mistakes or attempting unnecessary questions. Another thing is, students are supposed to read the set books on the syllabus thoroughly, so that they are able to understand the plot, the characters, who are the people involved in the book, to know who is who and what do they do, and how do they help in the development of the plot. Then, so students should read the set books on the syllabus thoroughly. Then, when answering questions in literature, stick to what is being asked. Do not give irrelevant information, only stick to what is being asked. And when explaining your points, students must give textual evidence. This is evidence from the book. You have to back up with examples from the book. Now, this is what I told you, that for you to pass literature, you must reread the book several times. Because when answering literature questions, you have to back up your points with evidence and examples from the book. Now, how will you back up if you didn't even read the book? So that is, points should be backed up with textual evidence, the points that are being given. The next thing is group discussions. Create groups where you can discuss with your friends about these books on the syllabus. You can get a day, you can draft a timetable with your friends who offer literature, whether O level or A level, and you can draft a timetable and plan when to discuss maybe a specific book on a specific day. If you discuss with your friends, you will get deeper understanding, because there are some things your friend will understand that maybe you didn't get in the book. And you'll be able to get different ideas about the book and deeper understanding of the book. So group discussions help a lot. Get days and draft on a timetable, days where you can revise and discuss these set books thoroughly with your friends who offer the subject. Next, the students should know the background information of the set books. For example, if it is the Heart Suthas by Sylvester Nzivua, you should know the historical background. Who is the author? You need to find out information about him. Who is he? And at what time? What time did he? During what time did he write this book? What were his intentions for writing this book? And what message did he want us to get from his book? You need to get all that background information about who the author is, the historic setting of the book, during which time did this author. Because authors are prompted to write books sometimes depending on the situation that are happening, maybe in their societies or countries during maybe specific times. So you need to find out background information about the book. Next is, students should also consult from their teachers. Consult from your teachers for areas where you've not understood. You need to consult your teachers so that you can understand literature better. Okay, thank you for watching. See you in my next video. And please subscribe, follow, and comment for deeper understanding of literature in the O level and A level literature curriculum in Uganda.